Welcome to The Briefing, your weekly debrief of top news by the Arizona Republic and azcentral.com. I'm Rafael Carranza. Joining me is Sasha Hupka, the elections watchdog reporter for the Arizona Republic. Sasha, you've been tracking Maricopa County elections. Democrats had really hoped to make some inroads in the biggest battleground county in the country, but how did the results end up shaping up?
So this map behind me gives you a little bit of spoiler, but there were two key districts that we were really watching in this cycle. And that was going to be District 3, which is this light red one over here, and then District 1, which is this dark red one. And it's actually only a portion of this dark red. The map just makes it, you can't really see the line between District 1 and District 2 there. But so we were watching those two districts really closely. District 3 is, most of Central Phoenix and Anthem, and that is a really bright purple district. Republican Bill Gates won that district last time around, but he did so by a pretty slim margin, and so Democrats were hoping, especially with him, leaving office and not running for re-election, they were hoping that they were going to be able to pick up a seat there. In District 1, that's the Southeast Valley right here. That district historically has leaned Republican, and redistricting actually gave Republicans even a little bit more of an advantage there. However, that district also is home to a lot of Republicans who are very business friendly, but also education friendly, and who have been really key swing voters in that Loop 101 corridor down here in some of the past election cycles in 2022 and 2020. These are the voters who maybe went for Trump at the top of their ticket, but then were expected to maybe go for Gallego for Senate. And so there was a lot of hope that maybe in that down ballot county supervisor race, Democrats could perhaps pick up a seat there as well. And as you can see from the map, that's really not at all what ended up happening. We saw a red wave at the top of the ballot, and that went all the way down to these county races. This District 5 that did go for a Democrat, Steve Gallardo, he's the incumbent. It's a very solidly blue district, and it's historically been the only seat on the board that has been held by a Democrat consistently. We saw that that happened again as we expected. We saw that District 4 in the Northwest Valley here went red. We expected that. We saw District 2 went red. We expected that. But these two districts that were really in play and were key swing districts for Democrats, they're also looking like they're going red. Mark Stewart has a really sizable lead on Joel Navarro in that Southeast Valley district. Navarro has actually conceded. Stewart declared victory this week. So, we're seeing that race is done, over. And then in this District 3, that one is really interesting because the race is really tight. So Republican Kate Brophy-McGee was leading, but this is such a tight race that it's going to go to a recount. Still looks as though she's pretty safe there. And yeah, we're expecting to see another 4-1 Board of Supervisors, which is definitely not what Democrats were hoping for, but is a big win for conservatives in a cycle that could have been really rough for them here in Maricopa County. And
now just for District 3, which is the light, red that we see in the middle, that one, because the margins are so close, it might be heading into a recount. Is that right? If that does happen, what do we know about that recount process and when we could know for sure who will be the supervisor for that district?
Yeah, so we do anticipate that that's definitely going to an automatic recount at this point. It is well within the margin to do that. That process essentially looks like a full recount of the ballots. Like a recount truly means a full recount. They're going to go and they're going to take every ballot in the county and they're going to run it back through the tabulators for all of the races that are going to fall into the automatic recount margin. And it won't just be this D3 supervisor race. There's a bunch of school board races, for instance, where there's also really slim margins where they'll need a recount. So they're going to go ahead and they're going to do all of that. They're going to test the tabulators again. They will redo the hand count audit at the end by the political party chairs that serves as an extra check on the count. And then essentially what will happen is a recount is initiated by judicial process. And so the judge will, at the end of the recount, actually get an envelope with the results, and the judge will read them aloud in open court. And so that way they'll be put onto the record. And we're expecting that process will happen in the next few weeks. It typically doesn't happen until after the results have been certified by county officials.
Thank you so much, Sasha. For the latest on the Maricopa County Supervisors race, visit azcentral.com.